So IEBC officially gazetted the election date, and with that, the official election period kicked off. And with it came election madness. I call it madness because, let's face it, just what do these politicians stand for? What do they campaign on? What are their unwavering views on anything? What sets each apart from the next? Let's begin with ODM leader Raila Odinga, who's making a fifth stab at the presidency. Now, for close to 6 years before the handshake, he was a strong critic of this administration. Anyone remember him accusing the Uhuru administration of overborrowing, overspending, and overstealing? Anyone remember him speaking so strongly against the first Eurobond and rallying his followers against the big projects of this government? Yet today, he's now the chief campaigner of the same regime. Or shall we say the same regime is campaigning for him? But well, he's out there inspecting government projects around the country as well. In fact, he's going as far as to say that he will work to finish Uhuru's legacy and using the famous words, "Fuata nyayo." And what of their strong criticism of cabinet secretaries campaigning for President Uhuru Kenyatta in the lead up to the 2017 polls? Today, Raila is accompanied by the very same CSs. On the other hand, we have Musalia Mudavadi, who so eloquently listed the problems bedeviling this country. In a thunderous speech, he recounted the government's mismanagement of the economy. Yet the second in command of that very government, who was most likely at the table when those decisions were being made, was seated right behind him and with whom he is now working. Musalia, who has joined the Kenya Kwanza alliance in saying that the Azimio team is only concerned with changing the election through the BBI process, but was himself a prominent signatory of the same not too long ago. Who will ever forget his face on billboards around the city urging all of us to sign up for the controversial Huduma number, which remains clouded in mystery to date? And then there is the deputy president, who was or still is part of a government that promised 1 million high-tech jobs a year. A digital economy. In fact, you'll remember the campaign was dubbed digital versus analog. Well, now he's saying kazi ni kazi, bora kazi tu. In other words, don't worry about the laptops, don't worry about the digital economy, kazi ni kazi. A deputy president who, on one hand, tells Kenyans of the good that, in his words, we have done, while in the same breath decrying what he terms as top-down economics that has not worked. Economics that he has helped the president in implementing since 2013. The deputy president and his allies have termed Raila Odinga a state project for being supported by the president. Correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't they the same ones demanding that the president keep his promise of yangu kumi, yako kumi? Today, a so-called state project is bad. Last year, they were demanding the very same support. Let's not forget their full support of cabinet secretaries campaigning for them in 2017. But today, because they're campaigning for their opponents, they're crying foul of the same. Do you remember the DP's famous line, "Wachana na Matiang'i"? Oh, and now they're writing letters to the international community, a community they once told to keep out of Kenya's business. And then just today, on the proposals to amend the Elections Act to allow for manual transmission of results, the DP today termed it as, and I quote, an assault on the Constitution through forceful, illegal, and unconstitutional means. Yet in 2017, he vowed that Jubilee would push for an amendment of the law to legalize manual transmission of results. Folks, there is too much pontification going on across the various political platforms. At yo, we stand for this, or we stand for the other. Do you really believe them? Can the electorate truly hope for anything different? A departure from the past, better tidings for the future, better prospects for the economy, with all of these contradictions? So let's come off our high horses. Let's not pretend that we support candidate X or Y because of some superior policies or some fresh, groundbreaking ideas they bring on board, or that they will dramatically change our lives. Let's just support them because, well, we support them. That's the real story of our election this year, ladies and gentlemen. But maybe, just maybe, I might be pleasantly surprised.